So hi folks, and today in this lecture we are going to discuss how insulin is released from the beta cells of the pancreas. Okay, so let's begin. So basically we know that the beta cells are present in the islets of Langerhans, and the islets of Langerhans are in turn present in the endocrine pancreas, which is of course part of your pancreas. Now we all know that the main stimulus for the release of insulin from the beta cell is glucose, right? So we are all aware of this, that glucose is the main driver for this entire process. So when you have higher glucose, you have insulin release. Okay, so how does glucose exactly produce the release of insulin from the beta cell? So that is what we'll be discussing. Now, as we discussed earlier, glucose is the one which enhances the release of insulin. Now, insulin is generally present in preformed granules. Okay, so there's some amount of insulin which is already present into the beta cell, and basically we want the insulin to be released. Okay, so this is what happens. So first of all, the glucose enters the pancreatic beta cells via entry port which is known as GLUT2. Now all these things are important to know, because in future there are certain diseases, we'll discuss in some of the future lecture, that certain diseases are related with some of these components here. Okay, so glucose enters the cell via GLUT2. Here it's acted upon by an enzyme which is known as glucokinase. The glucokinase activates it into glucose 6 phosphatase. Okay, now glucose 6 phosphatase further undergoes glycolysis to produce the ATP. Now we all know that ATP is the energy for the cell. So what the ATP does is, ATP acts on the ATP sensitive potassium channel. This is the one, right? So it acts on the ATP sensitive potassium channel. Now what is important, very important to note here, is that it closes the channel, right? So basically the ATP, it closes the potassium channel. Now by closing the channel, remember the potassium is more inside the cell than outside, right? So the potassium is then trapped inside the cell, and trapping of the potassium inside the cell depolarizes the cell, right? Now this depolarized cell further goes on to activate the calcium channel, right? So the second channel, there's one channel which is closed, right? The other channel which gets opened up, the channel which gets opened up is the calcium channel. Okay, now the calcium channel gets opened up and it allows the entry of calcium inside the cell, right? Now there is also already some intracellular calcium which is present, and this intracellular calcium, right, and the calcium which comes from the outside, both of them, they act on the granules. It causes movement or movement of the granules towards the surface, and the granules then dock to the surface, right? And docking of the granule to the surface releases the insulin, right? So it releases the insulin from the system, right? So let's summarize this once again. So you have glucose which enters the cell via GLUT2, right? Now on entry, it is acted upon by glucokinase, and then further it goes on to produce ATP, right? Now the ATP, it closes the potassium channel. Okay, so it closes the potassium channel, and closure of this potassium channel depolarizes the cell. This goes on to activate the calcium channel. It opens the calcium channel, right? Now opening of the calcium channel allows the calcium to enter, and this causes exocytosis of the insulin granules, right, which produces the release of insulin, right? So this is how the entire process takes place.